one of the things that's really telling is that this election is about the candidate we like the least. That whoever is most disliked will lose, as opposed to the one who we like the most. And one of the things that's driving that are ethical issues. There's just so many. It's hard to know where to begin. Like with Hillary, one of the things that's been in the news has been the email scandal. There have been issues not just with the legality of that, which is, of course, I think still a matter of some great debate. But there are also issues with just the ethics of how has she handled that. What did she say initially about this, and what was uncovered later, that she initially had said there were no classified emails and that it was not a big deal. And it turned out there were, several hundred, maybe over 1,000 classified emails sent. With Donald Trump, I mean, the list is very long. The biggest one that stands out is, the tape that came out recently with what he was saying about women, and it's just horrific. As a father with 2 daughters, I cannot imagine calling such talk locker room talk. It's just disgusting and filthy, and I can't imagine any leader of any organization being able to be a leader having those comments made public. Yeah. There are issues that when we look at these kinds of things about trust, about respect, one of the great ironies is that Melania Trump has said that if she would become First Lady, the cause that she would take up would be cyberbullying. And she's married to one of probably the most well-known cyberbullies that we know. So I think that the ethical issues that we're seeing here are very deep. They're very entangling, I think, for both sides as well. I wouldn't want to be the referee who has to decide which one is more unethical, that we are really seeing very deep ethical problems on both ends of this.
Mm-hmm. Do you find any of these ethical dilemmas for both candidates, do you find them redeemable at all? I mean, let's say there was some very questionable ethics among one candidate, but they just had fantastic policy towards certain things. Do you think that takes precedent over the controversy?
I think that the details matter. The details really do matter. Because when we talk about character, when it comes to being president, we need to have somebody who's not only going to be honest with the people that the president represents, but somebody who is able to make deals with Congress and other constituencies where they can believe what they say. We need to be able to have a leader that will meet and be able to look at world leaders eye to eye and talk about things, and once again, where they will be believed. Having somebody that's a known liar or that is untrustworthy in other ways or seen as having other weaknesses and liabilities in character, I think ultimately is a weakness and a liability for the United States as a whole. So somebody who's got a lot of cool policy ideas, who is can dream up, and there are lots of people like this that have really interesting and new ways to approach difficult issues, that's great. But if you don't have the person in place who can get it done, all the good ideas in the world aren't going to help us. We need to find, of course, ideally like somebody that has it all, somebody that has the right ideas, but also the right character, the right means to get it accomplished, to get it done. I can't help but plug the idea that Plato had about the idea that our leaders should be philosopher kings. Now, he wasn't so hot on democracy, so maybe we could take him to task on that. But he did think that our leaders should be philosophers in this inclusive sense, which is the thinker, but also in Plato's sense, this would have been the ideal moral person as well, a person who is rich in character and virtuous both in mind and in action.